Well, hello my YouTube friend. Today it is a kind of special day and video actually. I am, as you can see, outside. It's a very nice day for a winter day in Paris, still green, and I'm even wearing a t-shirt in that period of the year, which is kind of great. So since I appreciated to stay outside and I wanted to play with my knife that I just received this morning, that beautiful Bulldog from Master Charles Marlowe, I figured, what the heck, let's do a video like that, an outdoor video to change with the usual, way to present my knives, and this one is a really beautiful one. So I got this knife through a trade with a really nice guy, Noe Rodriguez, on Instagram if you don't know him, and I have a lot invested in that one actually, because I traded it for a knife that cost way more than this one. But I love this knife so much, so that was the only way. So I went and made that trade. So what I got here is a knife that I absolutely adore at first glance. I mean, the first look I had on it, I became crazy. If you don't know Charles Marlowe, check my video about the previous knife that I have, the A2. This guy is a true master. He's been making knives for ages now, years, and he's a real master, whether it's on the grind, on the construction and everything. I absolutely adore. You have some collaboration of him with Boker. Man, that's a true custom knife maker. I absolutely adore that, and we're gonna do that review about that knife while walking outside. I love that actually. That might not be the last time that I will do that kind of video. So what do we have here? First of all, it's the first time, it might have been done already, but that's the first time actually that I see a full titanium handles, but with a liner lock. As you can see, there is no lock bar here, so that's a liner lock, but full titanium. Again, it's not really common. Usually you're going to have your regular frame locks, or you're going to have a scale, but it's not going to be a full titanium like this one, or if it has been done, I don't really recall seeing another one like this one. So first of all, that is the first thing that amazed me on this knife, is that this kind of construction. And Charles Marlowe likes to make knives as for users. It's not like the fancy makers, so you're gonna have some fancy finish sometimes, but usually you can expect to have a really sturdy knife, and that's what it is, definitely. If you look at it like that, oh man, you might think, oh, what a small knife, and like fancy knife, but not at all. Whether it's on the construction, on the choice of material, everything in this knife screams not only quality but sturdiness. So yeah, as I said, a full titanium and a strong, look at those scales of titanium. Those are really thick, and the liner, man, that could be, it's even hard to disengage. You can be sure that you're gonna have to put a lot of strength to disengage that. The liner is thick as a brick, and you know what? As I said, it could be a frame, so it would be probably something that would help our thumbs if Charles decided to put a kind of relief cut on those liners, because it's not an issue, but I would say that it's a really strong liner that you have here. So yeah, a sturdy knife, and it's called the Bulldog, and for a reason. This is a really strong and sturdy little sucker that we have here. So yeah, full titanium. The clip, Charles, it's from kind of old school. He's making bend clips, but they're not fancy, but they're useful. Really useful, and I got to find that really okay, because you don't have any hot spot in the hand, and when you want to use your knife and grab it, of course it will bring less hot spots than for a fancy 3D clip. Okay, so very nice. I've talked about the liner, said how much they were thick, and I love the lock geometry that Charles has. It's a flat here, and then after that it makes a kind of curve, when usually it's kind of straight angle that you're going to see with other makers. I'm going to try to show it You see, it's kind of flat at the beginning and then it makes an angle. I really love that geometry. It works perfectly well. You might think that it's kind of late engagement, and it is. I would say it's over 50%, but you know, that's a liner lock. A liner lock, you don't want it to be really too early. Again, Charles wants a sturdy and strong knife, and that's exactly what you get with this. This kind of engagement is perfect, and it's a rock solid. On the other side, you have the stop pin. Look at that thick stop pin. And I tried it, and unfortunately, I cannot film and test it for you. But believe me, there is absolutely no blade play whatsoever, not even the slightest blade play or lock play or whatever. It doesn't budge upside down and side to side. So have we finished with the handle? Absolutely not. We have those beautiful little standoffs. Look at that. They are absolutely phenomenal. I love that. You know, when the standoff is like that with a kind of accent of anodization in purple as this one, it brings such a nice and delicate touch, you know, to the picture. So I'd rather have something like that you can easily, you know, disassemble for kind of maintenance than a backspacer, for example, you know. So really like that kind of touch. Very, very, very nice. Of course, everything is custom with Charles. Beautifully done. In the inside of the liner, everything is absolutely perfectly done. Now let's talk about the action. Oh, sorry about that. The phone was just about to fall. It's kind of new for me to do that video, so you know, whatever. So the action, I absolutely adore the action. Again, I take just a small issue to disengage, because it's really, really, really strong. You know, you really need to put a lot of strength to disengage it. But you see, it's not sticky, it's not failing, so that's fine. I mean, that's a sturdy knife. Again, it's not made only for fondling, you know, so that's fine. The action, yeah, as I said, the action is splendid. Why? Because the detent is very strong, and yet you don't have to choose between flicking. As you can see, it flicks perfectly well. Usually, you know, when it's a thumb opening, if the detent is strong as this one, if the detent is strong, sorry, you might have some hard time to open it, you know, like slowly. And if it's too slow, sometimes it doesn't flick well. So you see, this one has a really nice detent, it flicks well, and when you want to open it smoothly and delicately like that, look at that. I mean, you see my finger, it doesn't make any kind of extra strength or extra effort to open it. I mean, it's smooth as hell. Whether you open it smoothly like that or you flick it, it opens with a lot of authority, and it makes that kind of thing that I like, which is the double click. You know, look at it, tuck, tuck. You see, one more time, tuck, tuck. I love that, actually, really love that. And you feel that you have a knife that is really secure. Now let's talk about this beautiful blade. So as you can see, look at that. First of all, look at that blade 07. That knife has been made in 2007 for the Blade Show, and it has been through several collectors. I mean, at the very least 3 that I know of, and it's a brand new, as if it was coming out from Charles' shop. It's just absolutely insane. Even if the knife doesn't serve a lot, it's really strange and so amazing that after what is that, 8-9 years, it's still such a perfect knife, perfect action, nothing. I mean, again, it would be out of the bench, that would be the same for me. So yeah, now the blade. What do we have here? The blade of the Bulldog, to me, the grind in general with Charles are amazing. He makes such a great hollow grinds. And you have a hollow grind on the main edge and a hollow grind also on the bevel, and the flat are kind of thick, you know, look at that. I mean, I would say it's 0.187, so really thick blade and really, really, really nice dramatic hollow grinds that are absolutely insane. So usually I like to appreciate the grind, so I'm not a kind of Damascus man, but Damascus steel is perfect. Why? Because it's a user, it's stainless steel, so you can use that as your standard stainless steel. For EDC, perfect. Damas steel is just a perfect option because it's fancy, looking great. Look at this pattern. I mean, oh man, what is not to love in this pattern? It's just absolutely brilliant. And I like the contrast because you see the satin of the stainless steel and the kind of the contrast with the satin and the dark and black pattern that you have here. That's what I love. Actually, I don't really like Damascus for that because